Hello and welcome. I'm Shark Wellington. You can call me Shark. And today I'm going to show you how to set up VoiceMeeter for your stream. First question would be, why would I want to set up VoiceMeeter instead of just capturing desktop audio, monitoring through OBS? And what's important to realize is that your audio needs as a streamer are different from those of your audience. My best example I can give of that would be, say a raid comes in to your channel. You've only got precious few 5 to 10 seconds to catch everybody's attention before numbers start trickling down, people start heading out. You don't want to miss that alert. So I personally will put my alert volume a bit higher than the rest of my other volumes. But I don't want my viewers to have to be getting jolted by unexpectedly loud alerts. I would prefer to have the alerts about the same volume as everything else on the stream going outwards. It's not as important to my viewers to hear the alerts specifically. So I can set that up in VoiceMeeter to go to my headphones louder, but then in OBS, I can capture those same outputs and put them at a different volume. So to get started, we'll want to go to vbaudio.com, go over to the web shop, go to audio apps, and everything we need is going to be right here on these first two lines. Going to strongly recommend picking up all the virtual cables. And I personally use Potato because I have segmented my audio so much and I want to make use of all 5 of my virtual cables. VoiceMeeter, Vanilla, I suppose, is just 2 inputs and Banana is 3. So with Potato, I get to use all 5 of my virtual cables. These are all in Euro prices, but you can buy them through PayPal or your credit card in, at least from my experience, US dollars. I don't know about any other forms of currency, but if you are able to pay through PayPal, then you should be fine. All told, it'll come out to about $25. And in my experience, it's about the most valuable $25 I have spent on my stream. I don't think there is anything else that I use nearly as much, aside from, I suppose, OBS and my Stream Deck. But VoiceMeeter itself is one of the most important programs that I have to stream with. So once you have purchased and downloaded those, they will come in a compressed folder that will have an executable that you will run, and it'll install your virtual cables and VoiceMeeter. After restarting, you should have VoiceMeeter in your programs. And if you go over to your speakers, right-click them, open sound settings, your output should now have cable input A, B, C, D, and that's how we know that they've installed correctly. When you first boot up, your VoiceMeeter will look approximately like this. It won't have any hardware out specified. Everything will be at 0. Nothing will have input devices. You'll be going out to A1 and B1. So first thing you're going to want to do is set it to output to your headphones. If you're running Windows, then that will probably be Realtek Audio. If your headphones have something perhaps proprietary or a different program that they run through, then select that. I use MME. Any of these will sound about the same. The main difference is what under the hood changes. Some of these can give some users issues and others will be totally fine. In my experience, MME gives me the least amount of problems, but your mileage may vary. And since I'm only outputting to A1, I unselect the B1 outputs, although it doesn't matter terribly much because B1 isn't really outputting anywhere. And so what I'll do is, for each of these, whatever I have set up my cables to be. So here's the regular cable output, and I have that for my alerts. And then I just go down the line. A, for some reason on mine, is showing up as a line output. B, C, D, and you can right click and label them whatever you need them to be. So for an example of how to set a program to output to a specific cable, I'll go through my sound settings and I will go down to advanced sound options. And here I'm going to pick whatever program I have. You might have to boot up the program to get it to show up here. And I will set it to what cable I want it outputting to in both the master output as well as that individual program's output. The reason I do this is that some programs seem to just ask Windows, what is your master output right now? And then Windows will tell them it is, say, the headphones or the desktop, what have you. And then the program will say, great, and then never check again, and or at least not until you restart the program, and then it'll be stuck on whatever your default output was. But other programs will actually be checking constantly to make sure that they are using the default output, in which case this will make sure that they stay on whatever output is intended. So if I boot up Stream Deck and play a sound effect, there it is right there on cable B. And if I change the volume, I can change it from almost non-existent to louder than everything else. And if I want to set it to a specific number for the decibels, you can right click it and then just input that number. Now, if you want to capture that input, it will be just like any other audio output capture. You'll just pick the cable out of your list, and then you'll be able to individually change the volume of all your virtual cables within OBS. And whatever changes you make in OBS will not be reflected in VoiceMeeter and vice versa. So this way, you'll be able to change your audio levels without having to change anything in the stream itself. Hopefully that was useful to you. If it was, consider subscribing. But what would be even more appreciated to me would be if you went on over and checked out my Twitch channel, which would be twitch.tv/SharkWellington. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I play platformers, side scrollers, bullet hells, and Metroidvanias, and try to keep a very positive, supportive community. I would love to see you there. But until then, have a good one.